What if I told you that basically everybody in the credit card points and miles game, I'm talking people who have setups like the Amex trifecta, some people who have the Capital One Duo, some people who have just a bunch of Chase cards, or even some hotel cards like some Hilton cards, or even World of Hyatt. I'm talking a lot of different ecosystems, a lot of different things to keep track of. What if there was a place that not only could you keep track between all of your different credit cards and your hotels and your airlines, consolidated all of it into one place, but not only be able to track all of those points and miles, but then actually being able to use them for bookings all on one platform. That's right, I may have just found exactly that, and it has me really, really excited. And I actually do think it's going to change the entire credit card world for the future. And I usually don't like to hype things up too much because then it falls short of expectations. But I think even if the expectations are high, you'll be a little bit surprised at what you see. Now, the platform in question is called Gondola.ai, and this is the one I want to talk about today because it actually blew my mind. Now, full disclosure, this is not sponsored whatsoever. I was, however, contacted by the company and I spoke to the co-founder, and he has a lot of interesting things on the roadmap going forward for this. And I see the vision, and partly is I'm just really excited because I actually really do think it's going to revolutionize the points and miles game. So, what do I mean by this? Now, firstly, you can see right here, it says search and book directly with hotels. Now, remember this whole book directly part because it's going to play a major role in this entire video in the future. Now, firstly, when you go to sign up for Gondola, they're going to ask for your email. Whatever email that you have associated with most of your points and miles programs is going to be the email that you want to use. Why? Because when you go onto the platform and you sign on for the first time, you go to points, you could see immediately, it's like literally within seconds. And I didn't even know this is what this did when I was playing around with it, but it happened, which was I put in my email. You can't see it, but I have it right down here. And it auto populated every single points and miles program that I have associated with that email. Now, I didn't add all of them because I have different programs with different accounts, and I just didn't want to add all the emails at this time. But at least for this test, you can see everything that was auto-populated. So it has all of my Hilton points, and it shows that I'm gold status. It has my Marriott account. It has my Hyatt account, even my Choice account that I had no idea was even connected to that email. And even like the most interesting part was that it actually showed me my Marriott account that I totally forgot that I had any points on the platform whatsoever. I know I've earned them over the last few years, but I had no idea that I had around 6,000 points. I just haven't really thought about Marriott in many years. Not only that, but also the airlines that I had connected to this email account as well. It's got my Air France, my Delta, my Southwest, and you can see we've been redeeming a lot of miles because I basically have nothing left on a lot of these platforms. Also, credit cards. If you want to add different credit cards that you have, like American Express points, your Chase points, you could add that right here. You could see essentially you just click this, connect instantly. Let's say it's Amex. Put in that code. Let's see here. Let's see if it populates the right amount of point. Yep. All right. Well, it's showing my American Express points, my 68 points that I had left. That's right. Literally $1 worth. $1 worth of American Express points I have in my account at the moment because I have transferred it all for a future trip I have to Italy. And at the moment, I only have one MR earning card, that being my MS Gold card, which it populates right here. And it actually, wow, I didn't realize it actually shows the perks that come along with the card, like the 3x back on flights with the airlines, $10 Uber cash, $100 credit on the hotel collection. So, wow, okay. It also shows you all the specific benefits on that particular card as well. And actually, something, because I'm doing this for the first time live, search American Express rewards deals, Gondola books directly to maximize points and status. So if I search hotels, I wonder if it's going to search for ones that I can use with my, oh yeah. So I guess we'll just get right into it. So essentially you could see here, it's showcasing and populating all of the ones that you can book with American Express points, but also you can book with Chase, Bilt, and what have you. And that's all because you can take all of those points currencies and transfer it over to Marriott, and you could book this specific Ritz-Carlton with your Marriott points. Now, here is one of the biggest things, and I didn't want to get into it so soon, but here's one of the biggest things. So you can see this is for, I believe, 2 nights at this particular hotel, Amelia Island. You can see it's $1,224 a night. So total with taxes and fees is $24.48. But if you look right over here, it shows you how many Marriott points you need to book that exact hotel. So 91,500 per night, or 1.34 cents per point, which you guys know. I mean, most of these blogs out there will tell you, your Marriott points are worth point 0.7, point 0.8, something like that. Well, if you were to follow that, conventional, I guess, wisdom from these blogs, you would maybe almost certainly look out for a redemption that's near there and think that's a good redemption. But with Gondola, they actually will auto populate based on the best cent per point imaginable for a particular hotel that you're trying to go to. Now, you can see right here 1.34 cents per point. That's 50% more than what the blogs tell you out there. And they do that with every single one of these hotels, in particular, I guess some of these Marriott hotels, but then also some like Hilton right here that you could also book with your American Express points just by transferring your Amex points to Hilton. I mean, look at this right here. You can see the Waldorf Astoria in DC. Somehow it ends up in every single video. $763 a night, 110,000 points a night, 0.69 cents per point. Most of the blogs tell you, oh, your Hilton points are worth 0.5. You could definitely find ones a lot higher than even this at 0.7. But once again, it tells you your cent per point after the taxes and fees are already baked in. So you don't even have to do any guesswork. You don't have to go to a million different platforms. Let me go to Hilton. Let me go to Marriott. Let me go to Hyatt. Who has the best deals? It's all right here. And this is just for American Express. Now, another example, let's just say we want to go to Washington, D.C. I was playing around with it a little bit earlier. Let's see all the different hotels for this particular time frame. So you can see it's going to show you all the particular hotels in Washington, D.C. for the dates that you're looking for. Now, at first, it's just going to send you ones that usually have the highest rating. But if you want to actually press sort right here, we could either sort by best cash value or best points value. Now, in our case, a lot of us are liking the book with points and miles, but there's a really insane use case for cash value, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But if we just hit best points value, bam, within 1 second, we can see that the West End in Washington, D.C., $881 a night, only 59,000 Marriott points, giving us a 1.73 cents per point valuation, to where if I was like, okay, I got a lot of Marriott points and I don't want to squander anything else, okay, that's some good value if that's, what you fancy. Same with this Motto by Hilton right here, 0.93 cents per point. This Hampton Inn is 0.93. This Hilton Garden Inn is 1.02. Not sure why that's not higher than that one, but still, you get the point. This platform is insane because it puts everything that we care about in the points and miles game, having the most value possible, an easy experience where you can see all of your different hotel platforms all in one platform, so to speak. And you might be wondering at this point, maybe, okay, Anthony, this is pretty cool. It says 1.73. Like, I could understand the amazing experience, but what's the big benefit here? Well, one, remember at the beginning where I said that you can book directly with the hotels, and this has two huge parts to it. One, let's click on this Motto right here. Let's click on this Motto hotel in Washington, D.C. Now, when you click on it, it's going to show you a couple things. Sometimes this takes a little bit longer. Now, mind you, this platform is only a year or so old. There's a couple of bugs that we'll talk about a little bit later, but everything is here that I am excited for, and I don't really care, about a couple of those things because they are killing it. So a couple of things it's going to show you. Again, it's going to show you cash price versus points price. And this way you can kind of gauge on whether or not it's worth it to pay cash or just pay with points. But then here's the biggest part. Gondola is booking this for you directly. That's right, directly with Hilton. So if I wanted to pay for this points rate of 50,000 a night, I can actually click this right here. I can't because I don't have enough Hilton points, but it'll allow you to actually book this exact room on your Hilton app. That's right. It goes through Gondola and immediately transfers over to your Hilton app. But literally, that's what I'm telling you, and why I think this is so game changing is not only can you check all the different hotels in a particular area, but then you never even have to leave the platform to book with your points, because all they're doing is being the middleman between your points in your account and booking this hotel. So as soon as you book it, you don't have to come back to Gondola if you don't want to. You now can just manage everything directly with your Hilton app as if you were just booking this Hilton hotel directly on the Hilton app. And that's why I think this is absolutely insane. That alone is amazing. That alone, I think, is worth the platform for me. And that's why I signed up for it. And now I actually plan to book a lot of my stays through this because it just makes the experience so much easier. Now, you might be wondering and why I'm saying like this is absolutely revolutionary, because of two reasons. One, When you book in this way, right? If I book this 50,000 points a night, and you can see right here, the direct booking with Gondola, your reservation will flow directly in the Hilton app. But what this effectively does, and you can see on the screen right here, this is my actual Hilton Honors account that's connected to this Gondola app. And since this is going through Gondola but booking direct on Hilton, this is powerful for two reasons. Is you're also going to be getting all of your status perks with that particular hotel. Like for an example, Hilton Gold status. You're going to be getting 80% boost on all of your base points that you book in cash every night of your stay. You can get some room upgrades. You can get the daily food and beverage credit if you're in the US, where you can get upwards to, $50 every single day of your stay for two people on your reservation at a Hilton hotel. Milestones towards your night, like if you're going to go with Hyatt or go for Hyatt Global or something like that, this is all going to count towards those status nights because it is technically a direct booking. Now, the really important thing is if, say I wanted to book that exact same hotel on Expedia. Well, considering it is a third party, Hilton and many other hotels don't actually receive the same benefits when you're booking through Expedia compared to direct Hilton bookings, as they mention right here. So if you book that same hotel through Expedia, you're not going to be getting your base points, your 80% base points. You're not going to get the daily food and beverage credits. Some people slide by, but it's like not supposed to be. It's literally in the terms and conditions that third-party bookings do not count towards this. But when you book through Gondola, it is technically a direct booking, and you get your whole food and beverage credit, your bonus points, and stuff like that. And you might be wondering, like, okay, so that's cool, but I could just book directly with the hotel itself. I can just leave the Gondola platform and I could just book on Hilton. And the answer is yes, you can do that. Although, if Gondola works really well, I just probably won't do that personally, because why would I even leave the app and waste time when I could just do it all local on the app itself, and then it's stored on there and on direct with Hilton? But the bigger potential play for anybody that ever decides to pay cash, which, as I'm finding, is a lot of people in the community, is this exact fact. Now, as an example, I went and searched for just any random hotel in Charleston, South Carolina earlier, and that's going to be April 25th to the 26th, so later this month. And I found this particular one right here. Now, you could do this on your own. This is not cherry picking. This is a million. A lot of them did this, but I just looked at this one because I found it fastest on Expedia. This particular hotel, say, and as an example, we want to pay cash for this Embassy Suites by Hilton. For whatever reason, we want to pay cash. Right here, you could see it's $739 a night, or $845 with taxes and fees. Now, I didn't expect this, but when I checked on Expedia, I found this exact same hotel for the same exact nights later this month for $759. So about $20 more than the booking on Gondola. But remember what I just said. If you book on Expedia, you're not going to be getting all of the different status benefits that you would with Hilton, because Expedia is third party, Gondola is technically direct. Now, you're going to get a lot of different perks for this, and they lay it all out in the Gondola app itself. Because check it out right here. They lay it out all in plain English. If you were to say want to book in cash for this refundable rate, let's say we go with the 742 option, and we click right here, and we're going to go through confirm and pay. So this is what the process looks like. Now, one, of course, your name, your last name, your email, all these different things, the room, the check-in, the UI is amazing, I'm sorry to say. But if you scroll down, you could see right here, this is the hotel that we're trying to book. You could see the loyalty email and the Hilton Honors number. It is right there. I have to block it out though. But that is my Hilton Honors number and how they're going to book directly with my Hilton app. And if you go a little bit lower, you can see this. At this hotel, your status gets you, like we just mentioned, the 80% bonus points on stays, space available, room upgrades if available, daily food and beverage credit. In this case, it's Embassy Suites, so it actually wouldn't have that. But if it was like a Waldorf Astoria, it'd be $50. But that's the hotel, not Gondola. And then it gives you the earnings summary. Now, this is what I really loved, because this actually would have helped me a ton last year. Now, this is the earnings that you get by booking with Gondola versus everybody else. One, you're going to be getting 13,340 Hilton Honors points. Like we said, you might be wondering, how are we going to be earning 13,340 points from this stay? Well, we can see here the room total is $741.11. So if we're going to do 741 multiplied by the bonus that we get by being a gold status with Hilton. And as we know, Hilton's going to be giving you a minimum 10 base points per dollar spent at most of their hotels, some are included, with an 80% boost with gold status. So in that case, that means that's 18 points per dollar spent times the room rate at 741 13,338, and wham bam, that's exactly what we have right here. So that's how we're earning the Hilton Honors points. Whereas again, if we book this on Expedia, we ain't getting that 13,000 points. We're also getting, if we allowed, the daily food and beverage credits, so upwards to $50 a day, depending. But then you could see a little thing right here called Gondola cash earnings. $22. You might be wondering, what the heck is that? Well, you can see right here on their points section is earn maximum points. Gondola books directly to get you hotel and credit card points with an additional 3% cash back. So again, the same room rate of 741 multiplied by 3% in cash back, and you get your $22 in earnings that they mentioned right here, plus one status night. But as I always love to say, not only that, but then you also have to factor in which credit card you're using, because that also plays a role in the amount of points that you earn back from those bookings, which also adds back into the total value that you get back for this entire stay. But isn't it crazy? I'm sorry. Again, not sponsored. I want it to be. But I just think Gondola has so much runway. I think it's going to revolutionize the entire credit card points and miles game. And from what I understand, it's not only just going to be hotels in the future, it might be airlines and stuff like that. But there was something else that I mentioned too, which was the everything app for Gondola. Now, check this out as well. Now, of course, I didn't even go into the amazing UI that it has. I'm sorry. I know the kids say I'm glazing, but this is really fun. I mean, look, if I want to click on historic, just like Airbnb, where they had like these crazy stays, I can see some historic places. Look at this historic Davenport, this Casa Monica. This is in St. Augustine. I walked past this place. I mean, this is like really cool. Maybe I want a casino and I'm trying to gamble my life away. Okay, maybe the wife too. Look at this Hilton Niagara Falls, and again, they're all going to show the cent per point. When it's white, it's horrible. When it's green, it's a little bit better on the cent per point scale. Boutique hotels as well. You're not necessarily limited in the case of what you want to book. I just feel like even if you're not using points and miles, it's a superior platform to basically everybody else. Whose UI looks better than this? I hate to go so crazy, but I just feel it. But even above that, if we're not going to go through the UI or the different hotels that you can book, okay, cool. What about this? I showed you that it can actually like auto populate all of your hotel and airline programs, right? But then there's also this, which is called trips. Now, this I thought was very cool because I just saw this and I was like, whoa. And it auto populated almost all of my flights, at least the ones associated with the email that I have connected, and a lot of hotels I have booked. If you look right here, here's my Charlotte to JFK flight I have before my flight out on Emirates to Milan, Italy. And it has a bunch of the hotels that I already have booked for Italy. More specifically, a lot of my Hyatts, because that's what ended up being connected with my email. I also have some Hiltons and some other boutique hotels as well, but those are not populating here. And one thing that I thought was really cool with all of this was the room rate monitor. Now, this is where if you're paying with cash, and I spoke to the co-founder, he said this is also going to be points in the future, where if the points price drops and there's more award availability, it'll give you a notification to where you could also do it yourself. But then also that you can see here, automatically save when prices drop, where it says Gondola's room rate monitor tracks your reservations and rebooks, literally rebooks for you when the price drops. So you'll always get the lowest rate without the hassle. Booked with points? Don't worry, we got that too. So like an example, like this Il Tornabuoni in Florence, Italy that I booked with Hyatt, some of the nights were only suites. There were no award availability for a standard room at 35,000 points a night. So a couple nights I ended up booking an inflated cost of 53,000. Now, if the room rate monitor comes up, or if they notice that the price drops in those cases and people cancel and I can get a 35K, I'm going to either it'll do it automatically, I'm not really sure, or I'll just go and do it and I'll rebook at 35K points versus the 53 that I booked, thus saving me, it would end up being 36,000 points if that were to happen. And we have a lot of time, so it's very possible that does. So I think that's absolutely astronomically awesome as well. And then even on top of that, I think it's called Flighty or something like that, where it tracks all the different airline, like hotels you've been to or airports. Well, this does that too. That's right. Look at my old time here. Now it says, okay, look, it says 6 airports. That's not all the airports I've been to, contrary to popular belief. All right. It even says hotels, like, oh, I've only been to 13, something like that. Again, this is only populating the ones that I don't know. I think it's only doing Hyatt for me right now. It's not showcasing any of my Marriott stays, my Hilton stays, and what have you. So I got to figure out why it's not populating Hilton. But how cool is that you can literally see all of the hotels that you've done? Like, look at the Hyatt House in Nashville Airport. Look at this Hyatt Regency Dulles when I went to DC. Look at this Thompson Savannah. All things I've done videos on. And then also it shows you the world map of where you're going to stay as well. Like a couple of these hotels in Italy, at least for the Hyatt ones, that is. Also for the particular airports that you be in, like in this case, it's Rome, also in Charles de Gaulle when we connect through there. Also showcases the countries that you've been to or will go to, and then also the cities that you've been to or will go to based on what you have here. So all of this is just way too exciting for me. And then even this that I found literally the other day, I was just clicking around. I was like, what's this explore button? I think it was new. And I was like, oh my goodness, I love this because look, it says, hi, where do you want to go? And essentially this is like their AI of, you can just type in whatever you want and it'll show you a hotel that is similar to that. So let's see, for an example, if I want to type in, so let's try for an example, let's say I want to type in hotel that looks like a Hobbit village. Let's just do that. Bam. Hotel that looks like a Hobbit village. Now this is just beta, and they told me that it's just beta and it may not work. But I'm doing this live with you guys. Let's see. Okay. The Doubletree by Hilton. It didn't do the Hobbit one, but let's see if we could do something else. All right, so maybe we'll just use one of the ones here. Find a hotel in Tokyo in October with a spa and a fitness center. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Better give us the Conrad in Tokyo, man. If it doesn't, it's lacking. Okay, so we got the, oh, there we go. The second one in. Let's go. The Conrad Tokyo 5-star hotel, 100,000 points a night, 1.05 cents per point. And it does include, I guess, everything like they mentioned, the spa. It's nothing crazy right now, but I think it can be something really great in the future. And so honestly, that's why I really think that this whole app, this company is going to do amazing things. I really do think it's going to revolutionize the points and miles game. Maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? I will say there are some bugs. Like I said, they've only been doing it for a little over a year from what I gather. And a couple of times certain points won't load, the cent per point won't load, or like there are some programs here on my point systems that aren't populating even though they're with that email. So sometimes you can have bugs like that. But for the most part, for such like a new-ish company, I'm just really excited. And for you guys, it would really mean the world to me. I do actually have an affiliate link with them down below, and I don't really associate with many companies, but this one, I just kind of feel it with this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'll, who knows? But I just really think that they can be really powerful, and I think they can dominate the space for years to come. So it would mean the world to me if you signed up. It's totally free with my link in the pinned comment below. Let me know what you think. Write in the comments if you find any bugs, or I think there's like a help system on there. If there is, let me know if there are, and I can let them know so this way they can fix it in the future. But I really do think if we all try it out together, see how it is. I really want to hear your feedback because I was blown away by it. Maybe you guys don't really care, but let me know what your thoughts are, and yeah, let's have some fun. The points and miles game is getting fun, man. Now the big businesses are coming in, and we're gonna start revamping things. So let's see what happens. But again, thank you guys so much for being all the way to the end. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much.